What is up, guys? Oh, it's Darkside Sunday already. It's gone quick, hasn't it? I wish it went this fast when I was in prison. I'd have been buzzing. But anyway, you all know what I like to do. Have a little roundup every Sunday. What's been happening? Who's been calling who a grass? Who's a bacon this week? Yeah, just a little bit of a roundup. So before I start, I just want to say I'll be putting up a GoFundMe later because I've decided to give up sugar. You know, I've got a little extra chin there, so I'm going to give up sugar and by the rules of the dark side, you know, if anyone does anything ever, then you're allowed loads of money for it. So please give generously so you can fund my new lifestyle. I'll probably buy loads of weed, snort a bit of coke, you know, get drunk, all at your expense, of course. So yeah, please give generously. But anyway, what's been happening on the dark side? Well, the talk of the town is Scrotty G. Scrotty has left the building, just like Elvis. He looks like a young Elvis, doesn't he? Does he fuck? Probably looks like what Elvis looks like now. But anyway, what's been happening? Yeah, he's left the building, he's left the farm. I don't know, how did that plan fail? I can't understand it. I thought it was like a waterproof plan, you know. 2 drug addicts rescuing another drug addict. How did it fail? I can't understand it. Brian's still missing. Apparently Scrotty's going to live at Brian's house. That'll be hilarious. But yeah, if you don't know what happened, a fat drunken sheriff off his head on coke decided to go and rescue a crackhead from the streets. Took him to Paddy Conroy's farm, another drug addict. I don't know what he's on, but every time he does a live, there's a massive pipe right in front of him. So, yeah, 2 drug addicts, took another drug addict, threw him in a shed, threw loads of money at him, and expected that to work. I mean, it doesn't take a genius, does it? Of course that's not going to work. And Scrotty has done what crackheads do. You know, he's out to get whatever he can. You know, he don't want to do anything. All he's done is sit in a shed, do drugs, whinge, moan, beg for money, slaver, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, let's start with the sheriff. Now, the sheriff likes to make fun of drug addicts, you know, whilst being a drug addict. The first time, I've never really liked the sheriff. The first time I saw him, he was on a video publicly shaming Scrotty G. You know, he's been dining out on rescuing him. But when he first came onto the scene, he was calling him a smackhead, getting his son involved. Oh, he's a smackhead, isn't he? And straight away I'm against him. I'm thinking, well, you're just peddling hate there, aren't you? You know, you're teaching your kid to bully vulnerable people. So I didn't like him from the get-go. And then I watched the odd video of his and I started thinking, well, maybe I judged him a little bit too harshly. And then probably like about 2 weeks ago, he had an epic meltdown. He keeps telling everyone that he's not bothered, but then he had a meltdown, he got drunk, and his true feelings came out, and he started calling everyone smackheads, he's going to fight everyone, and, well, nothing happened. It's a bit like JDP, you know, they'd be good dance partners, them two. They could pretend to fight each other all the time without actually fighting anyone. They have mastered the art of fighting without fighting. But yeah, the sheriff, he was doing videos saying that he's the king of YouTube, you know, he's the emperor of the dark side. I've got to agree with him there, actually, because he does look like the emperor of the dark side from Star Wars. He looks just like him. But yeah, he was talking about he's the king of the dark side. He's going to make it to the top. He's going to climb the ladder to success. He's going to make it to the top. And at the end of the video, he was like, for fucking hell, he can't even climb metaphorical stairs. He can't even climb metaphorical ladders without getting out of breath. And I've seen it with that JDP as well. He was making a video saying he's going to fight people. And he was breathing whilst he was only walking. He was out of breath. Oh, fucking hell, the only thing you're fighting is for breath. But, yeah. And I saw a video of him the other day, the sheriff. He says, oh, I'm going to take a step back, you know, which, in other words, it means he's got evicted by Dr. Ratpole, because Ratpole has just been ripping him day after day. It's hilarious. And he made a video saying, oh, I'm taking a step back. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. You literally, well, I mean, it's not a surprise, is it? You don't get a body like that from picking strawberries. I mean, all he's doing is sitting in front of a camera and saying words, and he can't be bothered to do that. It's like, he must be the laziest man on YouTube. And you know what? You know why? Every time he does a video, right, he's always sniffing and burping and farting. He's always ill. And I tell you why. It's from bad living. You know, if you wake up in the morning, you have bacon and eggs and toast and all that, and then you go out for dinner time, go and get some Greg's pasties and sausage rolls and loads of fizzy pop. I mean, he's always sucking on mints and sweets. He can't even do a video without troughing his face. And then goes out probably at night time and orders a Chinese, or he's probably got one of those valued customer cards with Greg's and McDonald's. You know, buy 10 Big Macs and get one free. And yeah, if you just eat crap all day, you probably don't get any exercise, you probably don't drink any water. And this is the results, a big fat greasy slob. And he's always talking about bosh, you'll get one of them bosh. You ain't boshing no one. And he nicked that from Johnny Fisher. Even his gimmick he stole from Johnny Fisher, or Johnny Fisher's dad actually. He's bigger fatty as well, but at least he's nice, you know, at least he's relatable, at least he's funny. But yeah, he's a big old slob, and he's always greasy. It's disgusting, man. He puts me right off my dinner. And you know, if you like lean back and look to the side, if you look in the grease on his forehead, you can see your reflection. But he sits there on his high horse, greasy, out of breath. Like, if he starts to grab his chest, it's probably cardiac arrest. On his high horse, talking down to everyone. He's the king of the dark side. No more GoFundMe's for Scotty. I mean, what did he really do? Let's be honest. He put his Batman suit on. Probably borrowed Brian Cockrell's cape, jumped in the Fatmobile, drove down, picked Scotty up and threw him in a shed. And he's been dining out on this for weeks. I mean, he's been getting all right views, to be fair, but then again, everybody has, haven't they? Anyway, if you want to get views at this moment in time, just mention Scrotty G. Even JDP is getting good views from mentioning Scrotty, and he's the most boring man in the world. He's actually in a little back and forth right now, I think, because I like watching Narrative Destroyer. You know, he's kind of like me, Narrative Destroyer. Obviously not as good looking or funny, but he's all right. You know, he's got a little channel. Go and subscribe or whatever you do. And he just sits and just talks the truth, you know. And JDP is having a little bit of back and forth with him, because that's, you know, when you're boring. When you've got nothing, when you're not interesting and you've got no charisma, you just have to argue with people and make things up, which is what JDP does. But at least with the Narrative Destroyer, at least he covers other topics. You know, he talks about himself, and he's not trying to be a fanboy like the Sherrif. When the Sherrif first came on, he was a proper little fanboy. He was always tagging Paul Venice and. Yeah, and you know, and I noticed that JDP does it as well. He'll put something like, "Oh, bang on, Paddy Conroy," then tag him like a little fanboy. "Oh, please be my friend. Look, I've said some nice words about you." I don't give a fuck about none of those guys. You're not seeing me tagging none of them. They're all horrible bullies, criminals. You know, fuck those guys. But anyway, that's the bloated Sherrif. Yeah, go check out Narrative Destroyer. I do like. Dr. Ratpull as well, he's funny, and he makes me laugh. Like, he is a bit samey, you know, he says the same things, but he is funny, you know. At least he's funny. And what I do is I'll watch one of his videos like every 2 or 3 days, and he does his thingy impression. What's his name? Paddy Conroy, and he's like, "Oh, listen to me, Scotty." I think it's brilliant. It's funny as hell. But yeah, the Sherrif, he looks like, it's kind of like, you know, because he's always burping and farting and sniffing and sucking on sweets and stuff. It reminds me of like a poor man's Decker Heggie. He's like Decker Heggie if Decker Heggie got fat and gross. You know, like if he gave up, stopped caring, got depressed, and it'd be the Sherrif. And I tell you what would be good. Like, you know how Decker is out soon. What we should do is we should get Decker and Sherrif, and we should put them both on a live and let them have like a snort off. You know, we could zoom in on Decker and he'd be going, you know, burping and coughing phlegm like he does, because Decker's just as gross. And then we could pan out and then pan in on Sherrif and he'd be going, burp. We could have like a gross off, you know, like a snort off, and see who wins. See who can be the most disgusting and despicable. But to be fair, I think Decker would win that pretty easy, hands down. I mean, he's out soon, and oh God, Decker, I don't know why, but I've just got to watch. Like, if he puts a new video up, right, even though I know if I watch it, I'm gonna like rage quit. It's gonna put me in a bad mood. I'm gonna think, you know, he's gonna gross me out. But then when he puts the video up, I have to fucking click on it, even though I don't want to. It's like a tractor beam's pulling me in, and then he'll, you know, as soon as I click on the video, he'll be going, and I'm like, ugh, gross, and then he's going, disgusting, and I just rage quit within 10 seconds. So I don't know why I do it, but I have to click on the video. It's weird. But yeah, he's out soon, isn't he? What did he get? 40 weeks or something? I don't fucking know. Everybody else that got done for the same thing got like 2 or 3 years, but not Decker. And I'm sure he'll be out, he'll be playing the victim, poor me, it's everybody else's fault. I had to give him 10 years, the horrible cunt. But yeah, he'll be playing the victim, he'll be doing what he does, doing drugs, triggering everyone, making everybody's life more miserable. But he gets tons of views, you know, and yeah, how come he only got 40 weeks? That means he'll be out, he'll probably be out this year. But I'm sure he like blagged the judge, oh, my mental health. Listen, I struggle with mental health, but I don't act like him. You know, he is a sex pest. But yeah, he'll be out soon. He's probably blagged the judge, pretended, played on his mental health, and he'll be out, he'll be doing drugs, he'll be doing lives. But yeah, I think it'd be good if we got him and did like a snort off with him and Sherrif. Yeah, apparently Scrotty's going to Brian Cockrell's farm. This could be like the power team what we need. It could be like the Avengers or the Fantastic Four. You know, we could have Scrotty G. He could be Johnny Blaze, because he's always blazing crack. Crack on! That could be his saying. Who else? Obviously Brian's going to be the Rock, isn't he? The Thing, you know, hard as out, made of bricks, can pick up houses and stuff. So that'll be Brian. The Invisible Woman can be Miss Piggy, because she's always like in the background, you know, and she's always putting up videos, taking a piss and starting trouble with everyone, but you never hardly see her face. So she could be Miss Invisible. So that leaves Paddy Conroy. He's Mr. Fantastic. Well, I suppose his face does look a bit like rubber. So yeah, the Fantastic Four of YouTube. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Could have Brian Cockrell in the corner, telling everyone how hard he was back in the day, you know, talking about his rally car and wrestling with the Bulldogs and all the ridiculous stories. Scrotty G would be in the corner slavering and saying Scotty G, yeah, mumbling about GoFundMe's. Who else? Miss Piggy, she'd be on there as well. Yeah, I reckon that'd be a good live, wouldn't it? We could call it the Fantastic Four, the Avengers. But anyway, yeah, I've rambled on enough today. It's been quite boring this week. Not really that much happened. Like I said, the highlight of the week was Scrotty G leaving the farm, possibly moving in with the Cockrells, and the Sherrif gaining weight and getting more disgusting and despicable as the days pass. Scrotty G has got absolutely no intentions of getting off drugs or sorting his life out. He's just not there yet. And yeah, that's the dark side. So if you like this video, press a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, Mange 2, YouTube, Mange 2.